this was our first house. And we lived in Prospect Hill initially, and then in an apartment, and we knew we wanted to live there because we love Prospect Hill. And we had seen, Doug's name around because he also lives in our neighborhood. And so we reached out to him, I think through Facebook. He got back to us and set up that initial meeting with us, which was really helpful. I think we went to Coffee Emporium. He sat us down. He brought us a booklet that was literally like for first-time home buyers, and he walked us through everything, even before we found a house, everything that we were going to see when it came down to here's the house you want to buy, here's what the contract looked like. And he walked us, I think, literally line for line through the entire contract, so we knew what we were going to be getting ourselves into. We knew what fees were going to be part of the process, because as people who had never bought a house, we didn't know. And then I felt like we were a lot more confident going into that.
I'd say Doug was very knowledgeable when it came to being able to go into a house, especially an older home, which is what we were looking at, and be able to tell you kind of what were things to be concerned about in terms of like the building, the just kind of the structure, like a lot of things that I wouldn't necessarily know about, but his background in building was really useful.
The funny story about our house is we actually found our house, but it was because it was never listed. And so we looked at a bunch of houses with him that like we had found together, and that we toured with him. But then the ironic part about this house was that some of our neighbors actually presented it to us, and so then we told Doug about it.
We rented 4 doors down from the house we ended up buying, so we had a mutual neighbor with the seller
who knew we were looking. Who introduced us. We were like, Doug, we got to get on this, and he was right there behind us. He's like, yeah, let's do it.
There was a kind of a leak, kind of just one of those unexpected things that comes up in closing that just had to be dealt with. Between the time that we had signed the contract and our agreed closing date, there was some water damage that ended up occurring because it was winter time. That's just the way it goes. And so, Doug was obviously very willing to kind of be available throughout that, to respond quickly.
We called him on vacation, and he
was on vacation, and he answered the phone. I didn't know he was on vacation. I felt bad when I realized that's what it was, but he answered the phone.
But he was always available.
Yeah.
And so then when it came to that leak, and it honestly became a little bit of a problem, and he advocated for us, and he went to bat for us, and was like, no, we're not doing this until X, Y, and Z is set up and lined up, and then we'll proceed. And I didn't feel like we were the ones who had to be there saying that for ourselves. He was always doing it.
Yeah. They repaired it. There was some other things that we ended up kind of negotiating some closing costs for, and everything turned out well.
We're
happy.
All of it.
Yeah. We like it a lot.
Yeah. We really like it. We have a great view, a big yard.
Yeah.
It's purple.
It's purple, but we're working on that. So it's but we're happy we're in the neighborhood that we wanted to get, and we kept all our neighbors,
Yes, that was the best part.